Hi, I'm Mike Ferraro, and I'd like to talk to you today about the new 2011 Ronix August. I'm going to talk a little bit about a story behind the Vision August board. For years, the industry has scaled down pro models, and we weren't really giving the kids a board that was addressing their needs. So when Ronix decided to put this board together, I really been thinking about it for a while, and I decided I'd go out to all the experts. And I considered the experts the parents, the riders, and also coaches in the water sports industry. So what we've done is we've designed a board really specifically for little kids. There's so many options for a parent buying a kid a board. You know, not knowing whether your kid's going to really be into the sport or this and that. And keeping all that in mind, what I wanted to do is I wanted to design a board that would give the young rider a real user-friendly, want to go and wakeboard again type thing. I didn't want a board that was going to catch edges. I didn't want a board that was going to be real aggressive. And we have seen that in the past with pro models scaled down. So I really kept in mind, there is a difference in kids riders. There is a difference in the kids' needs. And we really needed to address all the simple things. From a kid doing an invert, there's a lot of little guys that are doing inverts, to a kid that's just learning how to do a surface 180. So what we needed to do is make the board work at both ends. And I'm really proud of what we came up with, because we came up with a board that works at both ends. Okay, asymmetrical shapes. So the toe side edge is different than the heel side edge. We've played with fins to try to come up with a fin length and a fin depth. Placement too, that will allow the board to set a really easy edge. So when we talk about setting an edge, we're setting a heel side edge. Really what you're doing is the board comes around the turn, and then you increase the steepness of the board's edge angle to make it go. So it's going to go. But on toe side, trying to set an edge angle, if we need to steepen it, toe side, our feet are crossed up and we're all tipped over and leaned against the line. It's really hard to hold that position. It loads the line, and as soon as we hit the top of the wake, we want to get opened up. So we really address that problem, especially for the kids, by going with a longer toe side fin. We moved it closer to the side, and that way, as the board comes around, you can point the board and you don't need to steepen its edge angle to get going. The rocker line is a little bit more than a normal rocker line, and what we did is we did that so kids at slower speeds, when they're turning the board and doing surface turns, the board will have less chance to catch an edge. And it makes also for a softer landing for the kids. A lot of time the kids, when they're learning the wake jumps, they come in with so much speed that they kind of land in that dead area, that bad spot, and the board lands really hard. So what we wanted the board to do is come in with a softer landing. So we played with the rocker to get it to really land soft for all the different boat speeds. We tested the board finless. We tested the boards with deep fins, with shallow fins. We tested the boards at fast speeds and slow speeds, and more importantly, small wakes and big wakes. A lot of the kids don't have the big wakes, but then some of them do. So we really needed to make this board work at the fast speeds, slow speeds, finless. I've seen some of the kids that are really cutting at the wake that weigh 60 pounds that are going 23 miles an hour and ride it finless. So we've addressed both ends. Where the other kids that are going really slow speeds might need that deeper fin. It still works there too. So what we've come up with is we've come up with a board that you can really grow with.
I'm 8 years old, I'm 58 pounds, my speed is 22 and a half. I ride the board finless, my stance is all the way out. I like to do wake to wakes, mostly wake to wakes. I like to do a lot of grabs. I like the board because you can edge much harder. It feels much more stable. The biggest difference was the edge. It was I felt like I was edging much higher. The landings, they were so much softer, and I just felt like I was going much bigger right when I started.
The one thing about the board is you really need to give your kid a chance to let them demo it. It's a board, the size of the board works for the small, light guys, even with the bigger guys. So if you look at it as an investment, you're going to be riding this board for 3, 4, 5 years. You're not going to grow out of it. The thing is, give your kid a chance. You just don't know how good they can be until they get on the right product. Before, we were giving kids pro models and scaling them down. Now there is a board specifically designed for kids.